Hey, what's going on, ladies and gentlemen? It's the author, and you're joining me for the Fast 15. As we normally do about this time, we take no more than about 15 minutes to pause, check up, check in, enjoy an encouraging note from any of my books, audio books, drop a couple of announcements, and get you going on your way. As we know, sometimes when life is lifing, you can't always wait for that moment to pause or reset at the end of the day or the beginning of the next. So for those of you that need like a little soft reset during the day, and I know for me this is a good way to kind of pause and reboot, definitely hope it provides, a measure of encouragement, all that, and then some. So I appreciate everybody staying connected and all that type of thing. And before we dive into our topic for the day, just as I always note, everyone's going through something. I mean, we've heard that, and it's true. Everyone has got something that we're trying to manage, trying to work through, things along those lines. And for some people, those things we're working through might be taking a little bit longer, might be hitting a little bit more severely, all that type of thing. So if you or somebody you know is really going through it, for lack of a better term, take the moment that you need to kind of pause and really positively identify what to do. Like I know our initial things are just like, go off and all that type of thing, and it might require you to go off every once in a while. But please identify, if what you're dealing with requires professional help, and if you have access to it, if it means just changing up your routine or looking at, constructive ways to kind of help you, go through it and grow through it, basically. But as a reminder for those who are going through some challenges, there are people that care, even though we hear, oh, people don't care. There's some people that do, because we know if you guys are in a better space, and we're all in a better space. On the flip side, there's people who are going through some tremendous positives. If that sounds like you or someone professional accomplishments, you've hit some personal goals, you've worked through something, please take time to take it all in, celebrate, don't overdo it, but definitely take time, to reflect, feed off the positives, and keep moving in a forward direction, in a positive direction. So those are always the words that we try to drop, before we get into our topic and things along those lines. So for today, we are going to take a selection from my second book, 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1. Again, 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1. And this is interview-based, where people open up about what their biggest daily challenge is and what are the things that they put in place to keep it all in perspective. Whether through the lens of their faith, best practices in health and wellness, how they utilize their support network, and how they've changed up their way of thinking that they still live positive and powerful lives. So the selection we're going to take is from Chapter 2, Carrie, Our Cousin. Again, Chapter 2, Carrie, Our Cousin. And this is part of his personal testimony, but I want to look at a quote that he has regarding, what's going on between your left and your right ear. And here it goes. If you have a mindset focused on negativity, that is all you'll see and experience. We, meaning our bodies, move off and feed off energy. You get back what you put out. Feed and put out positivity, and your body will basically show it. Feed off other things, and it'll be completely different. That is a very powerful statement, and it kind of sounds like you are what you eat, or what you put in is going to be put out in some way, shape, or form. And it doesn't mean everything's going to be perfect or seamless, but you have what's called perspective. And we see a lot of times people who are, I say this, what I've seen more recently, people who are successful, it's where they have things in place. They have, let's say, the work ethic. They have the work product. They're willing to learn. Their faith is present. Their support network, whether how big or how small. And you just see they move different. They have a different energy, a different vibe, a different spirit, and things that you want to be around because it's a breath of fresh air. On the flip side, we see our share of negativity. We see, certain individuals that just fly off at the mouth and really are thinking, about themselves but in an adversarial way, or they're really not thinking at all. and they're just like, I don't know, they just show the level of, I'll say, despair, disdain, self-hatred, hatred of other people, and it's just foolish. And you can tell what they're putting in, because what they're putting out is a bunch of foolishness. So again, as it said, you get back what you put out. I'm going to stick with that. You get back what you put out. So be aware of what you put out there, because guess what? Like a boomerang, it can and will come back to you. So that's the message from today, from the second chapter of 9 Stories of Faith, Volume 1. Yes, you can get it online, but please try to get it from your indie bookstores. And if it's not available at your favorite bookstore, make sure to request it. Okay, a couple of quick announcements, updates, and reminders. First off, belated congratulations to the Ms. Parkview pageant. It took place on January 10th, first time since 2019. Tremendous effort by the organizer, who also wore the hat of MC, social media, relationship brand, all that type of thing. So, shouts to Tanya. You are tremendous at what you do. And of course, shouts to all the participants, supporters, all that type of thing. It was a well done event. Glad to be a part of it. So I'll put a couple things in the stories. And if you go to AuthorASnorton CCS on Instagram, you'll see the article and a couple video pieces. So great job by those who participated in the Miss Parkview pageant. Shouts to the Parkview High School dance team, Parkview High School PTSA. Great event, and looking forward to more. Let's see, for me on the horizon, of course, the most recent book, 8 Months of Mercy. Make sure to pick that up. Pick up all of them, to be honest with you. But definitely check out 8 Months of Mercy. That's the most recent release, and who knows, we've got working in the lab. So stay tuned. In regards to upcoming festivals, right now, I am slated for the San Antonio African American Book Festival in San Antonio, Texas. That will be the last weekend of February. I'm still waiting to hear a couple of pieces of info from them, so I'll keep you posted on that. But of course, looking ahead for other festivals, book signings, all that. So make sure to stay tuned. Check the social media, and for those of you that subscribe to the newsletter, which I ask that you do, make sure, as the newsletter it'll probably go out tomorrow. Couple other quick things. For those of you in the Southeast and the Northeast, East Coast, what have you, please pay attention to the weather forecast. We're hearing a little bit of everything from ice storms to snowstorms, and now we don't have an idea of the amounts until they come or not. But I'll just say, go ahead and work ahead as best as possible in regards to that. And if the weather gets inclement, if you don't have to be out, please don't be out. I mean, seriously, you don't want to deal with slick roads, bad conditions, untreated areas, things along those lines. So please take inventory of what is going on in the forecast. Please, please, please make sure to do so. For those that have to be out, please be careful. Other than that, just try to stay as informed and engaged as possible. I know we might not be able to be everywhere, but we can be somewhere. And we might not be able to do everything, but we can do some things. And just try to leave a positive footprint wherever you go. I think that's the biggest thing. People don't have a problem leaving a footprint, but really make it positive and really make it about, how do I leave the biggest positive impact on as many people as possible? I think sometimes some people, especially some folks with some titles, get caught up in the title and they forget about the job that comes with it. So please make sure to just be cognizant and be aware. Okay, that's pretty much it. But hopefully this moment to kind of pause, check up, and check in. Hopefully it's helping someone out there. It's helping me just kind of reset before I move on to what's next. Again, just stay connected, on the usual platforms. Be encouraged by, despite, a couple things not being all that great, still be encouraged. And as one of my friends has said, it's okay to move in inches. So as we close out, as I always like to say, whether small or big, a victory is a victory. Whether slow or swift, movement is movement. Keep it victorious and keep it moving. You guys take care, and I'll see you soon.